$1,000 to let him out. It's not about cashless bail or no cashless bail. It's about the fact that we don't know how to deal with people who are hurting in the way this man was hurting. Hurt people hurt people. What happened was horrible, but it becomes an opportunity for people to jump on bandwagons.
So that was Van Jones talking about this horrible murder that took place in Charlotte, where the young lady was stabbed in the neck by the murderer. And you notice in that clip, Van Jones was not blaming the murderer. He was basically saying this poor man was hurting. And, you know, people who are hurt other people. That's his. Now, I'm going to show you the rest of that clip and a few other clips, but I just wanted to comment that I think anybody who murders somebody is most likely mentally ill, right? It's just not normal behavior. It's not what we do in society. It seems to me like anytime that a black person is murdering someone, whether that person is black or white, it's never their fault. It's always society's fault. We are the ones that are to blame for these. But the funny thing is when a white person is a murderer, then we pretty much just say, you know, this guy's a murderer. He's a criminal. How does that work? That if you're black and you kill somebody, then it's not your fault. You're probably mentally ill or the society has it down. But if you're a white person and you murder someone, you're just a criminal and you're just a murderer. I mean, remember that Robert Zimmerman who killed Trayvon Martin? I don't remember anybody ever saying that he was mentally ill and it wasn't really his fault. Remember those three assholes who gunned down that poor kid, Ahmaud Arbery, was jogging through the neighborhood, young black kid, and three white idiots came up and basically ended up killing him. You remember that? I know they're doing life in prison right now, good. But I remember all the media saying, hey, they're criminals. I don't remember anybody talking about how society had failed them and that it wasn't their fault because they're mentally ill. But no, it's always when a black person is mentally kills someone that this is a society's problem, not taking personal responsibility for the fact that you're a fucking murderer. Here, let me give you a little background on this guy and play another quick clip.
All right, let's give you some more information about DeCarlos Brown himself, the man police say murdered Irina Zarutska that night. The 34-year-old has a lengthy criminal history, and although a judge ordered him to undergo a psychiatric evaluation back in July, he never showed up.
Yeah, he just didn't show up. So now he's free just to wander around train stations, you know, victimizing people and murdering people because, hey, you know, he didn't show up. Now, the mainstream media didn't cover the story at first. They waited till it blew up on social media, and they felt like they had to cover it. And now, you think that they're talking about how horrible this murder was and feeling so sorry for the victim and that this gentleman should be locked up forever? No, not even close. Here, let me show you what Brian Seltzer from CNN had to say about this.
I have to say, some of the replies to Musk, some of the comments around this story are baldly racist, stoking fear of African Americans because this man attacked a white woman. The open racism on sites like X today, it's eye-popping.
I think that's an important thing to point out. The other thing is, you mentioned the thing about cashless bail. I think this is a big challenge that we have. Would you have felt better if there had been cash bail and the mom had come and put down $1,000 to let him out? It's not about cashless bail or no cashless bail. It's about the fact that we don't know how to deal with people who are hurting in the way this man was hurting. Hurt people hurt people. What happened was horrible, but it becomes an opportunity for people to jump on bandwagons. And then for someone like Charlie Kirk, he should be ashamed of himself. No one mentioned the word race, white, black, or anything except him. What people mentioned.
So it's not this man's fault that he murdered this person. It's the white people's fault for being racist and noticing that he murdered these people, or this lady. Jesus Christ, can you just believe that he said, this man is hurting, and we don't know how to deal with people that are hurting? I've got a good idea. Let's lock them up. Let's lock them up till they're like 70 years old, and they're just too damn old to hurt anybody anymore. That would be a plan. But here, let me show you what the liberal plan is for dealing with these repeat criminals. I'm going to show you another clip. This is fascinating.
One of the highest risk periods of time is during the transition from incarceration to the community. And there are programs that have been established in a number of different places, that have been successful by combining clinical care, mental health care, social workers, helping to stabilize people, get them into housing, get them ideally into jobs, and into medical care. I'll give you one example. A program called the Coming Home program here in New York City was doing this. Then you had a big hospital system merger, and that was one of the first programs that gets cut. Unfortunately, these kinds of programs are not big money makers, and we have to decide that this is something as a community we want to invest in, just as we need to invest in policing.
This gentleman needed a program. He needed some housing and a job, so maybe he could drag people back to his house and kill them there rather than kill them on the train. Give me a fucking break. Here's the problem with you, the liberals, and this is the biggest issue. You guys are like overprotective mothers. That's what you are. You never want people to take responsibility for their actions. You know the ladies whose 35-year-old son is still living at home, eating Cheetos, watching TV, and they're always like, oh, he's trying, he's getting a job, he's looking really hard. No, he's not, okay? He's a loser. And the fact is, these people are criminals. You can't rehabilitate them. You ever watch Shawshank Redemption? He was a bad man, apparently, when he was young. You leave the guy in prison for 40 or 50 years. I know that sounds horrible, but that's what you do. And then when you're 65, 70, 75 years old, then we let you out when you're too goddamn old to really hurt anybody. But whenever you have somebody like this that's been arrested 14, 15, 20, 40 times, like so many of these people have, and you keep letting them back on the street and letting them back on the street and thinking that some kind of bullshit government program is gonna somehow rehabilitate them, no, it's not gonna happen. And even in the slightest chance that it could, sorry, we can't take that risk. Okay, we need to be able to walk down our streets. We need to be able to ride trains. We need to be able to go to the store without being, worried that somebody is going to murder us. So that is the biggest problem. Anyway, I'm done with the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't. This just pisses me the fuck off.